Alright, so I have just gotten home not long ago, probably around a couple hours or so, and I have not eaten yet or showered. Wanted to get right into it because there were a couple of suggestions I got from Vegeta Ultra Instinct, and I spent quite a while from there on. I had to check back on my video repeatedly, as well as repeatedly copy and paste save files to make sure I had the figures and decks set up the way he intended them to be. And one thing I will say about both decks is they're pretty good. I haven't tested them out yet, but they both look really awesome. And I only have one small issue with them, and it's that once more these decks have a spot in the back middle. Team can be good without having a trigger square all across all across 6 trigger squares on your side. However, I feel that that's also somewhat of slightly missed opportunities. And there's nothing wrong at all with playing with only 5 trigger squares. If it works out for you all the time, then that's awesome. More power to you. It's just not my usual playstyle. That's all I'm saying. And he had quite the bit of work for me. I actually had to make a backup of my save file and put it to my desktop before I went ahead and used all my T-chips to upgrade them. That way I don't, lose all my T-chips. I'll even show that real quick. I'm down back all the way to 29 on each T-chip, so I'm gonna have to, just paste it over and possibly gonna discard the figures after this. I haven't really decided yet whether or not I want to grind again. It just takes a while, and a lot of my weekend when I do suggestions, sometimes a lot of the weekend just becomes grinding for those T-chips. Granted, I know how to do it pretty quickly and efficiently and easily, but still, there are other things that I also have to get to over the weekend. That's all I'm saying. But I've done it all long enough. Again, let's go and start off with Godku. We're going to use this first suggestion he made. And these are the posing and, character skills that I went with. And you're going to see that the dupe spreads are a bit different. And I think you will more or less agree with the character skills I put on everyone. And I tried to follow his suggestions as closely and as best as I could for both decks. And really quick, let's just check over the second suggestion he gave me. And in this deck, everyone has 500 into both attack and speed. Okay, so getting into it. Let's try out his first deck. That would be this one with Vegeta, Godku, Hit, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, and Few. And if I could get even one like, I would be very appreciative of that. I normally don't ask for likes at all, or even subs, because I still feel like the video should speak for themselves, but, one and done is good enough for me. Only because, I don't know, I spent quite a little while getting all the character skills and stats, and just reading back on the comments from Vegeta Ultra Instinct just to make sure that I do this all properly. And I think I'm going to do this instead, actually. I'm going to put Hit, and he recommended, which I think is a very good idea, by the way, to put Few in the back behind Hit. And hopefully I will still outspeed. Godku is not as quick at all as God Vegeta. And I think I'm probably going to split the decks up into 2 videos. Because if I have it all in just one, the video will be quite long. And it will also make the upload time take longer. All that stuff. And again, I want to give another huge thank you and shout out to Vegeta Ultra Instinct for the suggestions. He and, I would say, Jay and the Darkness King have all been, I think, the most active members as far as the deck suggestions go. And I'm always interested to see what people could come up with for decks. But if you have anyone who might be thinking, oh, what if we did this, or what if we did that? Well, I'm not asking you to have them like and sub to me, but if you want to have them make any suggestions themselves, feel free to offer that to them. And I wanted to, this is a general question basically for everybody. And it's pretty much me asking, how would you feel about me doing a playthrough of one of my favorite games of all time since I've been playing since I was 5? It's called Super Mario World, and there's a really cool mod that my brother found online where there was a GBA port to the Game Boy Advance. I want to say it was maybe 2005, so I was like around age 15. At the time, I honestly don't remember which year. I'd have to go back and look. Anyway, the GBA port was radically different, and it also kept track of every single Yoshi coin you would collect in every single level. And depending on which color Yoshis you would unlock, you would, depending on what power-up when you got Yoshi out of an egg, it would be the color best pertaining to your power-up. For example, if you had a cape feather, it would, like, be a blue Yoshi each time. I could get more into that if people are willing to see the game. I think it would be interesting, and I bring it up because I feel like not enough kids and younger folk in today's generation know of that game. And I'm not sure if they're aware either. That was easily and is still considered to be maybe not the best Mario game of all time. In my opinion, it still is, so if that means anything to you, I would hope that it at least means that you know that the game is, just trust me guys, the game is really good, it's amazing, it's fun, very colorful, and believe it or not, that was a launch title on the SNES, and in today's world, that's almost unheard of. But if anyone would like to see a playthrough of that, I would be down to do that. And the really cool thing about the mod as well is it gives Luigi his own sprite. They made him tall. He made him taller in the mod. It's pretty much a mod of the original SNES game, but it has enough differences to warrant it being a very transformative mod. And those sprites of Luigi are actually from a different version of World that came with Super Mario All-Stars and World. And he was able to knock the sprites of Luigi over from that to the mod. But anyway, if anyone would like to see me do a playthrough on that, I think that could be fun. I know I already did a run-through of Mario World on my channel here. And the version I pretty much showed off was the one from All-Stars and World, actually. But this mod's quite different. It keeps track of all the Yoshi coins you collect in each level. And the guy even went out of his way to put in Yoshi coins in every single level, including the boss levels and ghost houses. And the way it keeps track on the map is you'll see a Yoshi coin icon, or rather just a big coin icon in the upper right on the map, overworld map, when you're on the world map for that level. So again, if anyone would like to see that, then I don't know. I think that could be fun. I mean, of course, I'll still be doing Hero Coliseum. But if it's nothing but Hero Coliseum, I think that may or may not get stale for everybody, so I'm just trying to change things up a bit. Here and there. And there's also a really cool reward you get for collecting all of them in the GBA port, which he did patch in for his mod as well. When you get every single Yoshi coin in the game, all the Yoshi coins become Peach coins. So if anyone would like to see that, or see that in action, again, I would be down to do that. And in doing so, I would of course go over all the differences made between the two versions, if people are interested in hearing them at all. But yeah, again, just let me know if you want me to do that. I will happily do so. Because again, this is just something that I do for fun on the side. I'm really into Hero Coliseum, of course, which is why I don't mind doing these videos for you guys constantly. I also want to, you know, change things up a bit here and there, though. And that is going to kill Vegeta. I'm going to be taking a lot of master damage. Unfortunately, there goes Godku. And, of course, I don't do any damage to his master, because Vegeta didn't freaking die right away. Oh well. I think what I'm going to do here, actually, is put, Gotenks out there. And now I'm going to put a hit on the right. Let's run this. My master's going to be taking some more damage, but I wanted to focus on getting rid of not just his tank, but his Vegeta as well. And unfortunately, I do get outsped here. But Gotenks should hopefully live. Let's see what happens. Or not. Okay. And that is actually not good. I was reaching for my glass when that counterattack happened. That's why I couldn't get it right away. It's also fine, though. I expected Few to kill either way. See how much speed him and his team have. Okay, so I should be at the point now where I am outspeeding, thankfully. And I'm gonna do this instead. You know what? I cannot risk it. I'm gonna run a 3-lane setup. And thankfully I should be outspeeding here. Just barely. And thank you, I got a 300. Because that could have been bad. Should be a one-shot, we don't need to watch that. Death. I want to be amazed if you live. Skip. Alright, that does it for the God Vegeta free battle. And also I'm doing this one on Rubes just because the channel is pretty much here because of her in the first place. I figured we'd go back to her, if anything, at least for a little while. And now we are moving on to Broly once more. And again, I'm having to do these same few free battles because I think they were also more or less requested by Vegeta Ultra Instinct. And I only say that because in the comments he did say that may or may not struggle with God Vegeta, so I don't know, I'm just guessing that he wants me to do the same ones. And I have no problem with doing so because this is another great powerful team that he came up with, 2 of them even, so doing them both, not in the same vid, but you'll see the next one later. Just trust me, I got you guys on that one. And, let's see, what should I do here? I think what I'm going to do for right now, put Few here. Let's see. You know what, I don't really have a choice. I'm going to put Few here just in case. Okay, yeah, right there in the middle is exactly why I put Head out here, just in case, to block for Few. Not that I'll get outsped, but still. If he's hiding behind, you were hiding behind Whis, then I could take care of that. This should hopefully be a one-shot. Oh. Okay. Of course, why would it be? Whis is out there. And thankfully for it, I got rid of all of his defense, so bye-bye Whis. And I took a little bit of master damage, but not set back at all, I'm just fine. Gonna put head over here now. And let's see, how much attack does Gotenks have? Okay, and he's a little slower, let's double check speed. Okay, so I think I should outspeed either way. No, you know what, I want to keep putting attack on everybody if I can. So I'm going to keep Goku out for as long as I can. And plus, it's more or less insurance. He's blocking the middle for me, and I'm still getting attacked to my other figures. And I think that's the right play, considering the overall HP and damage output that Broly's team has here. And thankfully, without Whis around, I do one-shot the Broly in the middle anyway. I'm gonna have to see which figure gets unfortunately locked in, though. Okay, so it's hit. That's not terrible, but that's still annoying. What might do, though, just gonna put Vegeta out. This should be GG right here. That should be a one-shot. Really? Alright, well that was stupid of me. I guess I lose out on having Vegeta now. I could have been a counter too, for all I know. Oh well, you live and you learn. Counter. Thank you. And one funny thing I do want to bring up, I was actually in a brief discussion with Unleashed while I was at work earlier. Between calls, he mentioned the final battle with Gogeta. And one of the nerfs he made before I showed that off was, originally, the Broly was not only supposed to lower everybody's defense by 0 and lock all of them in place, but it was also supposed to decrease one random opponent's figure's attack to 0. I don't know if that was I don't remember if that was permanent or for the turn only. I want to say it was for the turn only, because then that would just be kind of, you know, broken, but I found that out and I was like, really? I'm really glad I didn't have to play that version. Or maybe I did, I'd have to go back and check. And it was nice. I actually got some kudos, more or less, from him for beating it on the first try. So that was nice. And that is pretty much going to do it for one of the decks by Vegeta Ultra Instinct. And I'm probably going to be recording and upload the second one right away for the other deck. So I will see you guys soon. And I will see you then. Peace.